And you know, like you said, who knows when you would have came out, but that wasn't my decision to make, and I really apologize, and I love you, baby, and I'm just so grateful to have you in my life.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Sean and Shy Show. It's your boy Sean.
And I'm Shaheen.
And we're back again with another video.
Today's topic is a little bit more vulnerable and on the personal side for us. It's our actual coming out story. We've been asked a few times to share that video with everyone, but of course we wanted to make sure that we were doing it in a time that felt good for us and when we were prepared. So
yeah, it's still very challenging right now as we're going through the video. Like right now I'm starting to get very have a lot of anxiety, but we're gonna work through it together, and I wish you guys give us your support during this coming out video.
I'm gonna start with me. So I say my coming out story began when I was I think I was a junior. Yeah, I was a junior in high school. That was my official coming out story. I'll take you guys a little bit through childhood as well. But as a 11th grader, was I in 11th grade? No, I actually was not. I was a sophomore, freshman, sophomore. I was in the 10th grade when I officially came out on my own. I was in school one day, and a close girlfriend of mine's, like a friend, not my actual, like a girlfriend, someone that I was dating, but one of my best friends at the time, she had just came out as a lesbian to her family, and she was telling me about how everything went and how she came out to her grandmother, and her grandmother just supported her, and she got like backlash from other people in her family. And I won't name her anything, but I never even shared the story with her, like letting her know that she's the reason that I came out, and I actually need to reach out to her and let her know that she's the reason, because like had it not been for her, it could have been later on in life for me. But I'm just grateful to God that she told me about her story. So to make a long story short, in that aspect, my best friend came to school one day, and she was emotional because she didn't really expect it to go the way that it went. And when she told me, it just made me nervous instantly, because I just felt like I had to come out at that time. I felt like I was getting older. I'm almost about to be like a junior and a senior in high school, so you know, I guess it's just like something that I figured that I had to do. So once she told me about her story, literally that same day, I had text my grandma while I was in school, because me and my grandma are just like really, really, really close, and she's the first person that I just felt like I could be comfortable with telling. And so I text her from my cell phone in high school, and I was like, I have to tell you something really important when I get home from school, or when you get off from work. It was either one of those. And she was like, what's wrong? And I didn't text her back for the rest of the day, because I was like so nervous that I even sent that text message to her. And just reliving that whole moment right now is just making me a little nervous, because I was so young, like, and so innocent at the time. Like, you'll think, you know, being a sophomore in high school may seem like you getting older, or you're a teenager, but I still was pretty young at the time. I believe I had to be like 16 or 17. And so the whole day in school, like, my stomach is just in knots, because I'm so nervous to go home and tell her, because I'm like, once I tell her, then eventually my mom is going to have to find out, and then my father's going to have to find out, and you know, it just trickled down throughout the family. I made my way home that day, and I actually got home before her, and I went right upstairs to my Nana's room, and I sat in there, and I think she texted me and asked me like where was I at when she got home, and I told her that I was upstairs in my Nana room, and I was just laying across the bed, and she was like, she came in there and she was like, what's wrong, baby? And she sat on the edge of the bed, and I was like just sitting there for a minute, so nervous, not knowing what to say, like not even being able to bring the words to my mouth to say it out loud. And she was like, what's wrong? Like, is everything okay? What's going on? What happened? And I'm like, I don't know. I just kept saying I don't know, like, for a long time, like, so just promise me that you won't be upset with me. And I said, I don't know if it's a phase or not, but I think like I like boys and girls, and I don't know like if this is a phase or if this is permanent, but I just want to let you know. And I gotta take my glasses off, y'all. And I was like, please just don't be upset with me. Like, I was just so focused on her being upset with me and just being so disappointed in me because, I think in most families, the expectation for the boys in the family is to grow up and to get married, have a wife and kids, and, keep the family legacy going on, and what you still can do in a same-sex relationship. But I just was in my head and I really couldn't even finish my sentence, but I was just like, Grandma, yeah, I don't know if it's a phase or not, but I like boys and girls. And I went on to tell her like how I was just like teased in school when I was younger and always called gay, and that's what took me like so long to come out. But I asked her in that moment, like, could you tell my mom for me? Because I was so scared to tell my mom. Like, if I was scared of anybody finding out, I was scared to tell my mom because I just didn't know what her response would be to me at that time, with me being so young like that and just coming out. And she took a deep breath and she was just like, like, I love you, baby, regardless, and I'm gonna be here to support you no matter what. And she said she would tell my mom for me, and my mom came. I believe she told my mom that same day. I know my mom got off work and came and picked us up that day from school, from my Nana house, because we would go over there and sit over there after school until she got home. And I just remember my mom didn't say anything to me that exact day. Like, she didn't even show me any emotions as if she was upset with me or anything. It was just like a normal day to day when she would pick my brother and I up. And so I think a few days had passed, and it had came to like the weekend of that weekend. I was home upstairs in my room, and I remember my mom calling me down to her room, and she was like, come here, baby. And I came in her room, and I was laying. I remember I came, and she was like, get on the bed. And I was laying on the bed because she was sitting in her bed. And she was like, you don't have to hide that from me. And I was just like, because I was so nervous going downstairs, because I'm like, I knew what she was about to talk to me about, because I had told my grandma, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm about to get in trouble, and she about to yell at me. And then when I went and I laid on her bed, and she was like, you don't have to hide anything from me. I love you, and this is something that I'm going to support you with for the rest of your life. Be who you are. I love you. And she said that she always knew, but she never pressured me or never asked me anything or accused me of anything because she didn't want to scare me. But I was so relieved, because I was thinking that, I was about to get in trouble and this was about to be the end of it. Like, I knew for a fact, like, I wasn't going to get kicked out or anything. I was very fortunate in that area, because I know some people get put out. But my family really supported me. Like, my mom and my grandmother really, really, really held it down and just made me feel like, I'm not alone in this situation. Like, I have support from at least somebody in my family. Whew. Yo, I just had to take a deep breath, because I'm just like so happy that I've overcame that. And I'm just like, just imagining what any other 16-year-old is going through in the moment or has went through, in that space where you just feel like you're so terrified to come out and tell people your truth because you're afraid of what people are going to say about you. You're afraid of like how people are going to take you as far as like your friends and who you hang around at the time. Like, people just have all different opinions, and we're so focused of what people think when we're coming out versus just really following our hearts and really just going after, the feeling that we have. And so I'll just give it over to Sean before I go back into the piece with my dad, because that might go into it's a little bit more hefty. So depending on how this video goes, we'll see, and it'll either be after Sean, or I'll probably let you guys in on that a little bit later or in another video.
Okay. Well, I love you.
Thank you, babe. I love you too.
I'm just sitting here listening to him talk and, preparing myself to say what I have to say, because I'm going to be honest, if you could have asked me, 5 to 6 years ago now, I thought I would never be doing this type of video or even just be on YouTube and talking about what I'm about to talk about. But, it happened for a reason, and through it all, I'm grateful for where I am. So my coming out story is very different. I came out when I was 25, which was about 2 years ago. Yeah, well, about to be 3 years ago. Never thought I would come out. I just thought it was a phase, and it was just something that I would overcome. And I just didn't see myself coming. Like, I just didn't say like, oh, I need to go talk to anybody, because I don't think nobody could pick it up. I mean, my mom or some people may have had a thought, but they never had proof because I never gave it to them. So I was like masking myself for so long, but I had thoughts for a very long time. And I went on a trip to Jamaica for my 25th birthday. It was me, Shaheem. It was my girlfriend at the time, but we were having issues, and it was my mom. But prior to that, I knew like what I was doing. Like, I was having dealings with Shaheem, but nobody knew. Like, it was just between me and Shaheem. My relationship at the time was in breakdown. It just wasn't working, and I was just like, I just was trying to get out of it, but it wasn't going the way I wanted. And I knew how my feelings started to feel about Shaheem, but I was still scared at the end of the day to come out and tell anybody, because I was scared of what society thought. Like, I'm in a relationship with somebody. I was in a relationship with somebody at the time for a couple years, and it's just like me coming out with that. It was just like I couldn't do it, so I just kept pushing it off. And honestly, if Shaheem never pressured me, like, yo, you gotta make a decision. Like, you either gonna, like, you can't keep stringing me along. And we started getting too very, very strong, that it was just like, damn, I'm in my head, like, I gotta make a decision. And I'm just so scared, because I'm thinking about what my family gonna think, what my mom gonna think, what my dad gonna think, what everybody that I, knew loved me was gonna think. But then I also was scared to lose him, to tell him like, yo, I can't do it. We gotta just break. Like, we just gotta cut it off. So, one day he told me, like, you gotta make a decision. Like, I'm not gonna keep being here. And I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. After that, I still hadn't told my family when I was gonna come out. Like, I had never came out to my family, so it's just me and him conversation. And I'm just going back talking to myself, but I had nobody to communicate with it. Like, no friend, no family, nobody knew what I was struggling with. Nobody, because I couldn't talk to nobody. Because if you're a kid, I'm 25 at that time, and I was just like, if I go tell this person will go tell that person, it's gonna get back somehow. Like, there's no way I'm gonna just tell you and it's gonna stay with you. I had nobody that I could trust on that level, or felt like I could talk to them without feeling judgment. Because I don't know, who you could talk to and you can't talk to, and I had nobody to talk to. I had nobody that I felt like I could confide in and say this is what I'm struggling with. Can you just keep this between me and you until I'm ready to do whatever I gotta do? I didn't have that. Maybe when I got drunk a couple times, like really, really drunk, I may have felt like I was tempted to, but I never could pull myself to do it because I was just so scared. Like, I just felt like after I said it, my world was just gonna end. Like, my life as shown was gonna be over. I was gonna be like called a disgrace. Everything that I was like, I heard Shaw say that I was called in school. I just felt like people were gonna say, I knew it. Like, I knew it. I knew it. Like, I knew you was gay. I knew it was this. I knew it was this. But you always, I just didn't want to deal with that. And I felt like I was gonna live with that until the day I died. But Jamaica happened. So we fast forwarded back to Jamaica. I went to Jamaica. You know, we had a two bedroom thing. You know, intentionally at that time, the girl I was with thought, you know, we were going to room together, but I'm like, you know, we're really not on the same page. So it's like, you know, we're really not together, but trip was already paid for. So it was like, you know, I gave her the option to come if she wanted to come, and she wanted to come. Me and Shaheen roomed, and her and my mom roomed. And the trip was going okay in the beginning, but it was just like walking on eggshells because I'm not so cool with her, but I'm also in my back of my head so nervous because I'm trying to like not make it like me and him are together in any sense, and then try like juggle three different people at the same time: him, my mom, and the girl that I was dating. So we're having fun, you know. At Jamaica, drinks is free, you know. We just enjoying ourselves. I never thought that it would be whatever happened in Jamaica happened. So one day, you know, we was at the pool. I got real drunk. Like, I was just like drinking these Bahama things. And I don't know with me, but like when I drink too much sugar, it's like my stomach started hurting. And it was, I told Shaheem, I'm like, Shaw, I'm about to go up to the room. Like, I can't do it right now. He's like, you really about to go? I'm like, yo, I can't hang. Like, y'all two could chill out. I think my mom had went to take a nap or something like that. It was just him and the girl at the time. Down at the pool. So I went upstairs, went to sleep, came back down, and I was just sitting there, and I could recall they was like sitting at the bar, and like Shy came over to me, and he said, you know, I don't know if I can't remember exactly, but I think he said that I have to tell you something, you know, like we were just in conversation, and it just came out, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, you know, like, I basically just, like, it just came out that like I told, like, me and you have been dealing. And I'm like, my heart dropped. Like, in that moment, I didn't know what to think. Like, I was so scared. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm just looking at him because I didn't know what to say. Like, I was just like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm in Jamaica. My mom wasn't around, and I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, what do I do? And then before I know it, she walked over. And we just was sitting there, and then she's like, you know, what's going off on me? And just like, I'm like, yo, please not here. Like, it's my birthday. Like, we in another country. Like, can't we just wait till we get back home? And I can't control how the other person felt in that moment. Like, I don't know what I would do if, you know, it's just, I can't bring myself to put myself in her shoes with what it was said, but I'm still trying to work on my, like, control myself. Like, oh my God, like, this is a lot. And I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, my mom. Like, what is my mom gonna say? Like, oh my God, she's upstairs and I don't even know how to tell her. Like, I just felt like I was just pushed out to just like, go ahead and do it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready. So my mom like we tried to like play it off like as if nothing was going on. My mom came downstairs and we were just sitting there, but then the girl just like, we were just sitting there, but then my mom was like, oh, I'm about to go get in the pool. And then she walked over to the pool, right? And then by her walking over to the pool, I'm talking to Shaw like, yo, I think she said something.
I said that to you.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm getting nervous as hell. Oh my God. And then I'm watching, I keep eyeing, I'm just looking at the side of my eye like to see what's going on. And then she like got up and just like, or I don't know if we walked over there or something. And then it just went from there. Like she started wilding out and we carried on and went back to the room. I think my mom was saying, not here, like we trying to have a good trip. Went back to the room, it just went left. Like it was arguing between the four of us. A lot of disrespect started going on, and I just remember that whole day, like not vividly, but I can remember parts. And then I remember like going aside to talk to my mom, and I just like I don't know, I just felt embarrassed. I felt bad. I felt like I was disgraced. I felt so many negative things about me because I'm like I could have did it better. Like I could have handled the situation better, but only that person, the God up there, know the way it should have went. It may have been the way that I planned, because I feel like if I planned it, I don't know when I ever would have came out. Like if it wasn't for you, I don't know when I would have ever sat down and had the conversation with my mom. And I don't know, maybe it happened for a reason. That's all I could say. In the moment, I was very mad. I was mad with Shaw. I'm like in my head, like why would you do that? But as time went past, it was just like thank you, because if you didn't do it, I don't know when I would have done it. Like, if you didn't say that, I don't know when I would have ever gotten the courage to say it. Because it's such a touchy subject, and I was at the age that I was at, and I had all the thoughts in the back of my head about, damn, what if this person finds out? What if that person finds out? What am I going to do? Like, I was so nervous. Like, I was super nervous. And just certain people in my family, I just was scared of what they would do or how they would respond. Like, you know, saying that you're gay in certain families or certain things, it's just like people don't approve, like they don't play with that. And it's just like, well, am I gonna lose my family? Like I have a grandparents, like, you know, I have certain people in my family that I just heard when I was a child that would just say like, we don't deal with that we don't deal with that stuff, like that stuff not around me. And I'm just thinking like, but now I'm yours, like I'm right here in your like I'm your family, like I'm your close family who you say you love, like, and I'm thinking like, would that be the same for me? So, I mean, the trip, talked to my mom, you know, she just told me, like, I don't know if she said, like, I knew or I just was waiting for you to tell me, but she said, I love you and I support you and I'm here for you and I care for you. And I just started crying, like, I felt like I let her down, like, I just felt like I wasn't, like, I just felt like I wasn't me. I just felt so many different emotions in the time and that I can't fully recall, but I was just hurt. And I went back to the room that night and I was talking to Shy and I just was like, I'm not mad at you, but I'm just upset. Like it's on my birthday, you know, we're in Jamaica and I'm having fun, but it just did a lot. And the rest of the trip, you know, we tried to get through the trip because I think we still had like 2 or 3 days left. And I think that was only probably like day 1 or day 2 because I think we got there the day before my birthday. So it was just like we still had to get through the trip. And we did the best that we could. And then we got back home and all I'm thinking in my mind is like, how I'm going to tell everybody else? Like, how I'm going to tell everybody else? And I just told my mom, like, you know, I don't know if she said she was going to tell my dad because that was, like, I was nervous about that. And then after that, it was just like, it kind of trickled down to how people found out. Like, I didn't just announce it to everybody, but my mom was the first that knew. And that's how I came out. I got through it. I don't know how it was going to go, but that was my coming out story.
So I just want to take this time out on camera in front of everybody to apologize to you because I never got the chance to do this, and this is like so genuine, like from the bottom of my heart. I really apologize because like when you sit and explain it and me listen to it, it's like it's not fair to you that I did that. And yeah, I can make the excuse that I was drunk and we was drinking and alcohol was involved, but I still feel like it wasn't my place to tell anybody your story. You know, it's like, you know, I would feel so upset if somebody, you know, in the aspect of my dad finding out, I didn't even get to tell him. So I can resonate with how you feel about that because I didn't get the opportunity to tell him, and it's scary. And so I apologize to you because it was, first of all, inappropriate. It wasn't my place to do it. And, you know, like you said, who knows when you would have came out, but that wasn't my decision to make. And I really apologize, and I love you, baby. And I'm just so grateful to have you in my life. But I just wanted to apologize because it really was not in order. It was out of order. So I really apologize to you. It's okay.
Thank you.
Whew, y'all. I stepped out. I stepped out of plate. I was out of line. I was out of line doing that. So I just had to apologize to him on camera, y'all, because I just we never really talked about it that deeply afterwards. Like we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it in this way and really be able to hear each other's story. And I don't think I'm ready to talk about, like...
Yeah, the aftermath. We talking about the aftermath?
No, I was just going to go... I mean, I could take you guys briefly into, like, just... I don't know if I'm ready for that with my dad.
So we have more to come to it, but it'll be down the line, you know, like it's a touchy subject. And even with that, we could add the aftermath. I don't know, because... Well, that could be another video. Like, it was just coming out, and then everything that triggered right back after that, it was just a lot. Like, it was a lot to deal with. So,
it's just a lot for me right now, guys. Like, I'm still going through just the whole ups and downs with my dad. And if people out there that have came out to their father that has not really been receptive of you being gay and coming out to them, I'm sure you resonate with me. It's an ongoing process. I'm still in the process. Like I never officially was able to come out to my father. Someone else did that for me. He knows, but our relationship is still not in a good place because of it, and it's something that I still deal with, and I don't talk about it often. And maybe, you know, I'll get in a space where I can come to talk about that with you guys. But until then, I have to work on my mental health in that area personally first before I can show up and try to tell you guys that story. You know, it's very touchy to me, and I do appreciate you guys, but I have to make sure that I'm in the right place mentally before I can go into that. Because I don't want to go into that and get stuck in that crying on video and can't even get the story out to you guys. So that's all I have for now. To anybody out there that is thinking about coming out, to anybody that has come out, and to anybody that just don't know which way to go, I say follow your heart. And for the people that have came out, I really say I commend you. You are courageous. You are a powerful being on this earth and this planet. You followed your heart and you stayed true to yourself, even though it might not have been easy. I'm sure it might not have been easy for the majority of us, but I do want to just commend you for coming out and stepping in your power. And for those that are out there unsure about what to do, just know that you can always reach out to us via our channel in the comment section. And if you want to even get a little bit more intimate, and you know you don't really want people in your business about what you say to us, reach out to us on Instagram at the Sean and Shy Show, and we will respond back to your DMs, your questions. We're here for you, and I'm praying for each and every one of you that may be in the closet and just haven't came out yet, or people that just are looking for a video like this that may lead them to coming out. So, you have anything, baby?
I just would like to say, you know, I can't like fully resonate with Sean like I didn't get to say, but my dad just, you know, we never have the talk, but it just was through text message that said, you know, I support you and I'm gonna be there for you. So that was my dad's response. But As Shy's still working through his, I'm just doing my best to be here to support. I'm not going through it, but I just try to be there, as supportive as I can as his boyfriend, because I never experienced it, so I don't know how his experience is, especially having a parent feel how they feel about the situation. But just to add to what Shy said, I have my different views about coming out. Like, I feel like you don't have to come out, because I just feel like, if you dated a girl, or like, do you have to come out and say, I'm coming out now, I have a girl? Like, I don't know, I just have different opinions. So if you're that type of person that just feel like, I don't even want to come out, I just want my family to find out, that's okay too.
I agree.
That's a choice. You don't have to sit down and have a conversation with your family like, look, I'm coming out, I like women, or I like men, or whatever the case may be, or I like both. You can just do it and just let them see who it is, and just let them decide, do they want to mess with you or not, because you may can't prepare yourself to sit down and have a coming out story. You may not have the same beliefs or feel like you want to do it in a way that we decided to do it, or that you see your friends do it, or you just feel like that's the norm to do it, because just how it's the norm that a guy should date a girl, and if you're gay, you should come out to your parents or family. It's the same way to you. You might think, I think it's the norm that I don't have to do neither. So make that decision yourself. But as Shy said, if you want some guidance or anything, like, let's so you know, we're not therapists or anything, but we can just provide you guys with our experience, and we could give you guys our feedback, and you have a decision to either take what we want and use it, or take what you want to take and do it. But I just wanted to put that out there, because I don't know, I just feel like coming out like that song, I'm coming out, I really hate that song. Like, I don't know, I just felt like I used to listen to the song, but I would be scared to listen to the song around other people, because I feel like it would be telling them like, I'm coming out, I want the world to know. But it's like, no, I just like the song. But I don't know, it just bothers me. And I just want to put that out there. Like, if you love, just know this, and I'm going to stop after that. Love who you love. If you like both, you like both. If you don't like nobody, you don't like nobody. If you like your best friend, you like your best friend. Like, just be honest with yourself. Like, don't run from it, because the more you run from it, the more I feel like it's going to show up. And it's just going to be like there and there and there and there. So go with your heart. No matter who loves you, who agrees, who doesn't, you always got that. Whoever your higher power is, whether it's God, whatever you seek as your higher power, you always have their support. And just be you. Like I said, we will do it after that, but I'm telling you right in this moment, getting that out to now, even on YouTube, I feel so relieved, because it's just another step of the ladder, like, of me doing something else. Like, now I'm coming out to YouTube, and I feel good. Like, I just feel myself. Like, I feel like I could be very more authentic. Like, I feel like before I was just masking my whole 25 years of life, just masking, like, holding back emotions that were really important, and I know needed to get out, but I was just masking it because of other people's opinions, thoughts, and how they felt about me. And to this day, I'm still struggling with it. But that coming out, or me making that known, is a step. And we will continue to bring y'all along our steps and give y'all little stories about maybe incidents and things that we have gone through and still are working through, because every day I think we still face another challenge of being black gay men out here. It's not a liked upon thing right now. Like, people still don't understand it. People still try to hurt people that are gay. So, we still have everyday challenges, but that person that's out there that's listening, that's just wants to take the step to do anything about being itself, do it. Reach out to us, tell somebody, find somebody that you confide in. And again, at 25, I had nobody still to confide in, but I had him. I actually did have him. But it's like I had him, the person that I was with, but it was like, now I gotta come out to somebody else. But I will tell you, Shy was there. Like, this boy, I told him everything. I told him everything about all my thoughts I had about men from when I thought about it till I was 25. and did not second guess that he would go back and tell anybody else and will put me out there. Like, I do appreciate him for that, because I told him so much stuff, and I'm in my head like, this boy could go back and bash me. He could just like expose me, and he did nothing of that. Like, he really just was there, listened to me, gave me his feedback, and I really, really appreciate you for that, because I might have told you that before, but that was a lot. Like, for me to just sit here and tell you a secret that I've been holding in for probably like 10 to 12 years, and not think like, oh my God, he's gonna go tell somebody, like, oh my God, if me and him don't work out, or I just cut him off, like, he gonna go expose me. Like, and I appreciate him for that, because that made me build so much more trust in him. Like, I know I could tell him something and it's not gonna leave him. So that's all I have.
I just thank you guys for watching, and we just pray that you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this resonates with somebody. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I am Shaheen.
And I am Sean.
And this is the Sean and Shy Show.
Love you guys.
Love you.